Hello everybody, it's Cece here, and today we will discuss Nash Equilibrium. So what is Nash Equilibrium? Well, we've talked about it for a little bit in our first game theory video, but let's give you a refresher. Nash Equilibrium is a game's preferred outcome when no player has desire to change their chosen strategy after their opponent's moves. It is assumed that each player follows their most optimal strategy. It is named after the great mathematician and game theorist John Forbes Nash Jr. John Forbes Nash was an American mathematician who made fundamental contributions to game theory, differential geometry, and the study of partial differential equations. And he's the man right here. And game theory, Nash equilibrium, must exist for all finite games. And in a finite game, if each player can't benefit by changing their strategy, then the payoffs constitute a Nash equilibrium. So here's a common payoff matrix about the USA, and the USSR. It's essentially talking about the Cold War, and their two strategies can either be to hold their ground and to back down. And if they both back down, their payoffs will be 0. If the US backs down and the USSR holds its ground, the USA's payoff will be 50, while the USSR's payoff will be -50. If the USA holds its ground and the USSR backs down, the USA's payoff will be -50, while the USSR's payoff will be 50. And if they both hold their ground, their payoffs will be -100. Pause this video to find the Nash equilibrium and find their most optimal strategy. Well, many of you probably have found that their most optimal strategy would be to back down, because if they both back down, the worst they could get would be a payoff of 0. So the Nash equilibrium would be 0, 0. I hope you have learned a fair amount. This is a very common example of game theory. Stay tuned for our next video, which will be on payoff matrices. Thank you. Have a nice day.